Hey everyone, it's the Diplomat, and we are on part 24 of the Chris Watts Discovery Read-Through. In this part, we will be going through an interview with Addy, as well as some text exchanges between Addy and Shanann and Addy and Chris. There's also a great picture of Cece in this, as well as an interview with McKenna. Okay, so the next document is an interview by Stacey Galbraith of the Denver CBI with Addy, Shanann's friend, and this interview was on August 15th. So Addy is a good friend of Shanann, co-worker and friend. Addy spent time with Shanann in Arizona over the weekend between August 10th and August 12th. Action taken. On August 15, 2018, at 9:34 a.m., I spoke with Addy by phone. Addy met Shanann about 3 years ago through her employment with Lavelle. Shanann is part of Addy's team with her home-based business. Addy and Shanann were friends, and Shanann confided in Addy. Addy lives in Westminster, Maryland, and the two stay in touch via phone, texts, FaceTime, and social media. Addy was with Shanann in Scottsdale, Arizona for a Thrive conference over the weekend. Addy dropped Shanann and Nicole Atkinson off at the airport in Arizona at about 5:45 p.m. on August 12th. That was the last time Addy saw Shanann. The next morning, no one heard from Shanann, which was very unusual. Addy learned of this at about 12:45 hours Mountain Time. Addy described Shanann as an amazing mom, the kind that everyone wants to be. She was so on top of things and very loving. Things between Shanann and Chris seemed perfect until a few weeks ago. They had always been very happy together before a few weeks ago. They adored each other. They had great kids that were joyful, and there were no issues. Addy said that there may have been some financial things, but Shanann had been extremely successful with her home-based business. In June 2018, Shanann went to North Carolina with the girls, Bella and Celeste. While Shanann was in North Carolina, she felt that Chris was distant. He told her he did not want the baby, which Shanann was pregnant with, and he felt he and Shanann were not compatible. Chris would not give Shanann for why he started to feel this way. Shanann confided that Chris was very different the past 3 weeks. Addy reported that Shanann put a video on social media she had recorded of her telling Chris she was pregnant. Addy's husband watched it and felt that Chris was less than thrilled of the news given Chris's reaction. Addy told me that she has no doubt that Chris did this, and it was due to whatever was going on with him. Shanann told Chris that she did not feel safe with him after he told her he did not want their baby, and especially after Chris would not even hold Shanann when she was hurting from what Chris was telling her. Addy thought it was around August 8th that Shanann shared this information with her by text message. Addy described Shanann as extremely successful with her Lavelle business. She recently hit the $80K mark, and Addy estimated that Shanann was making between $80 and $100K, quote-unquote six-figure income on her own, but not including Chris's income. Addy said that Shanann would have likely been making, quote-unquote, next to nothing for the first couple of years, but this year hit the $80K mark. Income is all commission-based, but Shanann was doing very well. Addy said it is hard for her to tell really what Shanann was making. In Arizona, Shanann was, quote-unquote, a wreck. This was atypical for Shanann because to Addy, Shanann is always polished and pulled together, a quote-unquote ray of sunshine. Shanann looked broken. Cassie shared a room with Shanann for the conference and agreed with Addy in that she had never seen Shanann like this. On Saturday night, August 11th, Shanann was very distraught and shared that Chris had supposedly gone to a Rockies game and then out to eat. There was a $62 charge that Shanann was alerted to. Chris told her he ordered salmon and a beer. This amount seemed for more than one person to Shanann. Addy tried to suggest that maybe Chris bought beer for his friends. Shanann believed that Chris would tell her if he bought beer for friends. Addy said Nicole would know which restaurant the charge was at. They went online to look up the prices for beer and salmon, and things did not add up. Chris eating salmon was not weird because that is what he eats, according to Shanann. Addy said that she would have never in a million years thought that Chris would cheat on Shanann until a few weeks ago when he changed. Addy asked if she had gone through Chris's phone, and Shanann had not, and said that he would not be that stupid to have evidence of an affair in his phone. though Shanann had recently seen Chris deleting messages between him and his father. Addy was aware of a severe falling out between Shanann and Chris's parents. Cece had a tree nut allergy. Shanann went to North Carolina to visit with her family and Chris's family. Shanann had provided Cindy, Chris's mother, a list to shop for food items for their visit due to Cece's allergy. Cindy did not abide by the list and purchased generic items that contained things or were made in places where things were made that Cece could not eat. Shanann ended up shopping for food for Cece. Cindy served ice cream with nuts in it to other cousins, and Cece threw a fit for not being able to have it. Shanann told Cindy that she could have bought different ice cream or waited until bed to serve it to the other kids. Cindy told Cece that her mother would not let her have the ice cream. Cindy told Shanann that it was a good lesson for Cece to experience that she does not get what she wants. Shanann had indicated that Chris was supportive of her over the matter involving Cece's allergy and his mother, but then submitted to his mother. Chris's parents have not liked Shanann. I asked Addy if there was anyone else she felt needed to be looked at besides Chris in this matter. She told me that she really hoped it was not Chris, but there is no one else she knows of. Addy told me that when Nicole got to the Watts' house, it was locked up from the inside out. Addy was on the phone with Nicole. The garage was the only way to have left. Shanann's car was in the garage, and the only way to have left would be to have hit the garage button and run out of the closing garage door. Addy said that Shanann would have never left her things in the house like that. Addy thinks Chris hid Shanann's phone so that she could not call for help. She thinks that something happened in the bedroom as she had knowledge that the sheets were stripped from the bed. I asked Addy to please guard the information she was made privy to by being on the phone with Nicole at the start of the investigation. She agreed, but told me that much of the information is out as many of the friends were concerned and trying to locate Shanann. I asked Addy about any changes in Chris that Shanann may have mentioned. Chris was working out for sure. He started with running and then incorporated lifting weights. He was really getting into fitness. Addy last saw Chris in June 2018 in San Diego at a conference with Shanann. The time before June was in January 2018, and his body totally transferred from quote-unquote dad bod to buff in that time period from January to June. Addy said Chris looked amazing. Shanann never mentioned that Chris was working more or spending time away from home. Chris had always adored Shanann. Addy's husband adores Addy, and she and Shanann would joke about how truly fortunate they were that their husbands wanted to be with them and spend time with them. At dinner in Arizona, Addy wanted to talk about Shanann's relationship matters. Shanann had not told Cindy about the matters between her and Chris, but did share with her at this time. It was known that Shanann is the one that wears the pants in the relationship, and Chris goes along with Shanann's decisions. Shanann said that Chris made a comment recently stated he wished she would just let him hang a picture one time without telling him where it goes. Shanann replied, okay, and then realized that she needed to make some changes. She had not realized that she was controlling. Shanann wanted to change to help her marriage. The friends talked with her about trying to save her marriage. The only thing Shanann could think of working on was possibly her being controlling and her wanting to work on that. Addy knew Shanann to have a white 2018 Lexus. She was under the impression that Chris also drove the vehicle when they went places together. Chris also drove a dark blue work truck. Shanann never mentioned that she rode in that truck. Addy knew that Shanann was married once before, but she did not know much about him. Addy stated that Shanann's ex-husband's new wife joined Lavelle a while back and then she fizzled out. Addy had no information about the ex-husband or the new wife other than she grew up in the same town Shanann did. Shanann did not have benefits through Lavelle. She earned commission, $800 a month car allowance, and a couple trips a year paid for by Lavelle. Shanann never mentioned having life insurance policies. Addy told me that she has a friend that is a medium and that she believed Shanann was gone as she came to her in spirit. I told her that she can have the friend contact me if she had viable information if she wants. I assured her that there was no desire to contract with a medium in this investigation at this point, though. Addy agreed to go through her text correspondence with Shanann and forward screenshots. The phone interview was concluded at 10:21 hours. I subsequently received screenshots of text messages between Addy and Shanann and Addy and Chris. Addy also sent me a screenshot of an email Chris responded to on August 15th to state that he was in on a fantasy football league. Screenshots are pasted below and also attached to the supplemental report. So the following is a text synopsis, which I'm just going to skip, which is on page 490, because I'm just going to read the direct text message exchanges. So this is between Shanann and Addy, starting with Shanann first. How's everything going? Okay, how about you? Could be better. Chris is bothered by his family shit that I'm paying for it. I need a stiff drink. Why are you paying for it? Long story to text. What time do you get into Arizona? I'm not sure. You? I land at 7:50 a.m. There's Shanann saying that. Next page is blank. Continue with Addy. Saturday? Friday. It was cheaper to get in early and direct. Oh, I'm Friday evening. How are you and Scott? Doing okay. We'll catch up this weekend. So much going on. Don't even know where to begin. Girl, here too. Chris and I are not well. Oh no, what's wrong? His parents. I've cried every day since he's been here. Is he taking their side now? And then an emoji of shrug. Scott's mom is causing problems with us too. Shanann, I need a glass of wine. Have you seen Thrive Nourish? Like in person? No, on website. No, it's not there yet. Shanann, can you do a three-way tomorrow at 10 or 11 a.m. Eastern? She said 11 is better if that works. Yeah, that's fine. Chris told me last night he's scared to death about this third baby, and he's happy with just Bella and Celeste and doesn't want another baby. Then emojis of crying and shocked. He's just scared. Everything will be fun once the baby comes. Addy, he has changed. I don't know who he is. Fine, not fun. What do you mean? He hasn't touched me all week, kissed me, talked to me, except for when I'm trying to figure out what is wrong. He's been so distant since I left. What's the deal with his parents? Maybe he's distant because of that. Was he on board with you leaving for that long? Could he be resentful? He said they apologized and they didn't come to Celeste's party because they were scared of me. That's bullshit. If you are sincerely sorry and love your son and grandkids, you reach out and say that. He was totally on board. We decided it together. Quality time with everyone. I'm supposed to go tomorrow for 4D ultrasound and gender reveal next Sat. I just want to cry. We've never had a problem in our relationship like this. No joke. And then caps. Never. This is total left field. He was submissive to his parents last night as usual. He hasn't asked me about how I'm feeling or the baby. I was vomiting the other day so bad and he just existed. I don't know where my head is at. I will fix it though. What he texted me. Oh, that's what Chris texted Shanann. Was, I don't know where my head is at. I will fix it though. Oh, honey, it will be okay. Just give him time. He's adjusting to the idea of a baby. He's scared. He shouldn't be doing this to you, but he's a good guy. He will fix it. What if he really doesn't love me anymore? Not possible, honey. He loves you. Tomorrow's 8 years we started dating. Could you be oversensitive? He said we are not compatible anymore. He refused to hug me after he said he will try to work it out, though. Said he thought another baby would fix his feelings. Said he refused couples counseling. What? That doesn't sound like Chris. Did he go to the appointment? Yes, but cold. Addy, I have no idea what happened. Go through his phone. Make sure there isn't some other bitch I have to kill. This is total left field. Why no to counseling? Totally is, in parentheses, out of left field. He said he's not sitting on no damn couch saying what he just said to me to no stranger. Oh, Jesus. I found some on our area, and if anything, this baby and kid deserve him to go. Is this his parents' influence? He refused to hold me, said he's not there, he can't, and then shrug emoji. I haven't slept most of the week. My eyes burn from crying so much. I canceled gender reveal. Nikki's going to tell me today. I need happy news right now. I said to him, how is this a few months? We were so intimate and what I thought, quote-unquote, in love when I left. He said he had a lot of time to think. This baby in my belly deserves his full love either way. I'm so sorry, honey. I said, you sat here in this living room and you said you think it would be a great thing to have another baby. We talked it out a lot beforehand, and we agreed to do this. You were so excited and happy. Then Addy, I think he will come to his senses and feel like an ass in a few months. Shanann, I grabbed his hand during ultrasound, and he didn't grab back. And then Addy puts a crying emoji. Shanann, I cringed. He rejected sex night we arrived here. Only thing I can think of, even though I don't think he has it in him, is another girl. Addy, did you look through the phone? Did you ask if there was someone? He said last night, opposites attract, but this isn't working anymore. I did. He denied. No, I didn't look. He's deleting messages from his dad. I'm sure he's not that stupid. Addy, why is he deleting messages from his dad? This makes no sense. Any of this. It's not Chris. He lives and adores you. Must mean loves and adores you. Shanann, shrug emoji. At beach, they wanted to see him and kids, and he told him, quote unquote, he couldn't break away, when that was a lie. I told him 3 times to go, but kids were not going. He said, no, I want to be with kids. Girl, so I thought, and the whole world. I am ducking clueless right now. I don't even know what to say or do. So there were some little typos there, but I think you get the picture. Addy, it's got to be his mother sabotaging. How do I make him feel more compatible if he isn't giving me anything? Maybe find out what he needs from you to feel more compatible. He wouldn't give me that. He just kept saying, I don't feel it anymore. So what is he saying? He wants a divorce? What WTF? He said he don't know, and I'm not doing anything wrong. It's all him. I said, so just like that, you're done. No trying to work it out. Divorce? He said, well, not like tomorrow. I'm going to kick his ass. WTF. That was Addy. Shanann, I don't know if I suck it up again and call his mom today. Tape a call. So she can't lie and twist my words and talk to her and tell her I want to have relationship, but I need her to love and respect my kids. Addy, I think maybe you tell him that you want to work it out with them. I thought he was on your side about what happened with Cece. Shanann, I did last night because I thought maybe that is the only thing that happened while I was away. I told him I have been sucking up my feelings when they throw their jabs at me for him. But when it came to putting our daughter's life in danger, I said I want to continue to have a relationship with them, but they need to love, respect, and care for him and the kids better. He is, but then he said at beach that I put a dagger between him and his dad. His dad is the one that didn't come to her party. He's the one that didn't make contact with his son, and he's the one that blocked us on Facebook, not me. He slept in the basement, I think, last night. It's taking everything I have to not flip on him and them, like every ounce of my body. Addy, I know, honey. It won't help, though. Call me later this morning. Try to get some rest. And then some heart and broken heart emojis. Shanann, okay, love you. Have migraine and face hurts from crying. Can't sleep. Thank you for listening. Addy, this will all be okay. Love you. And then they both do blow kisses emojis to each other. Addy, I'm so sorry. I hate seeing you go through this. Shanann, I'm excited to see you tomorrow. I need to be surrounded by happy energy. Me too. Shanann, 1 minute he agrees to go away next weekend, just the 2 of us, and then 30 minutes later he deletes his Facebook account. Addy, what the heck? Shanann, shrug quote emoji. What time do you leave Sunday? And then shake my head. I'm trying to go with the flow. He's talking and kind of being Chris. Addy, oh my God, thank God. I love you guys so much, and I know you will be okay. Shanann, but he's very distant still. Addy, having a boy is a blessing. That's really what he wanted. Shanann, tonight has been the best talk yet. Sorry I was trying to give him full attention. He's out for some running now. And then some message from a Danielle. It has arrived. Yes, love waking up to you. Hashtag special delivery. Not sure what that is. Addy, we are here, me and Sin, heading to the restaurant now. Shanann, we are about 30 minutes behind. Fell asleep. Do you want to just get something later? No, we are starved, but we can eat after too, LOL. Sounds good. Are you coming? From Addy. No, I thought you said later. Sorry, I'm out of it. Are you okay? Oh, damn. I'm sorry. I meant we could go later, too. LOL. Shanann. LOL. Yeah. Just a long 11 days of lack of sleep and stress. Things any better? Yes, going in right direction. Oh my god, yay. Then Shanann posts her 15-week reveal picture, which is a very, very beautiful picture of her. So that's the end of the text exchange between Shanann and Addy. And then the next synopsis is between Addy and Chris, but we have the text, so I will just read those. This is starting with Addy on June 17th, 2018. Happy Father's Day, Chris. Thank you. Tell Scott the same. Will do. Hey, is Shanann okay? Everyone is worried. It's not like her to not respond, and we haven't heard back from her all day. That's now on Monday, the August 13th. She went to a friend's house with the kids. She won't tell me where, though. When I get home, I will update you. Okay, thank you, Chris. Praying for you all. Love you guys. And then Chris, thank you. Then later at 5:46 p.m. from Addy. Chris, what is happening? I'm so worried. Any news? I'm beside myself. Cops searched my house up and down. They are doing everything they can. Oh my God, what could be happening? I have no clue. It just doesn't make sense. Have you checked with the row of houses behind yours to see if anyone has seen her? Chris, no sense at all. Most of them are not sold yet. They are empty. So she wouldn't have gone out that way? When did she tell you she was going to a friend's? When we talked this morning, it was between 4 and 5 a.m. When I left, she was still here, though. I'm sorry for so many questions. I'm sure you are being bombarded with questions. I'm just so worried. She wouldn't leave the kids without their medicine and car seats. Do you guys have an alarm? It's okay. Yeah, we checked my camera and the neighbor's camera. How are you holding up? That's at 11:30 now, p.m. that Monday. Hanging in there. Some of my friends stopped by to keep me company. What about Cece's medicine? I'm worried about her. All the meds are still here. Oh, Chris, this is so scary. Cece needs that medication, doesn't she? Every day? She takes it every day, once a day. We have containers full of it downstairs, now on Tuesday morning at 8. From Addy. Chris, I think people need to be out searching. Have the police mentioned search parties? No search parties. They told me not to just go out driving because I wouldn't know what to look for. We need to start looking. Are you still thinking there's a chance that she is with the mystery friend? And do the police have the neighbor security footage? There's still a chance in my mind she's with someone I don't know of. I really hope that's the case. The police have seen all the footage from the cameras. I'm Tuesday at 10:30 now. I'm praying so hard. Did they see anyone come get them? What about an Amber Alert for the kids? They didn't see anyone at all. They think the kids are with her, so I think it will be a missing persons report for all. Where else would the kids be if not with her? I'm not sure. I'm hoping they're all together safe. Now, still Tuesday at 11:50 a.m. We are all praying so hard that is the case. All the local hospitals have been called? Are you home by yourself? All the hospitals. My friends Nick and Amanda are en route here. Are you doing okay? The best I can be. Trying to remember to eat. Hey, did you mean to call me? It's at 1:30 on Tuesday. I will call you back, talking with the news crews. They bombarded me with all at once. I want to get everything out there. Oh, Chris, I'm so sorry. Is there anything I can do, Chris? Not right now. Dogs swept the house for cents. About time. Still Tuesday at 5 p.m. Any news? Have they said what the next steps are? They're searching. Good Morning America has contacted my sister. Oh, wow. Is she going to give an interview? They said no comment. If it's a New York number, that's them. I know you used to work out there, so you may have a few people that call you from there anyway. I can't imagine what you're going through. Stay strong. You will get through this. I will stay strong as I can. Are you a believer in prayer? Always. Okay, I thought so. We are praying over you and Shanann and the girls. Have the police offered any recent updates? News crews are doing live updates on the corner of the street. Tuesday, 9/21. Anything new, Chris? Have you heard anything? I'm talking with the FBI now. Right now? What does that mean? New development? At 2:07 a.m. Just got done with the FBI. They have the case now. And then at 7:39 a.m. Praying they're making good progress. And Chris, me too, at 9:45 a.m. Okay, so that is the end of that text exchange. And then it also reads, on August 18th, Addy shared with me that Shanann texted her screenshots of photos Chris sent to her on June 20th, 2018, which was the date of Shanann's first sonogram for Nico, which Chris missed. She said that he was running from tornadoes and that was why he missed the sonogram. Addy thought that the photos looked like the area in which the bodies of Shanann, Bella, and Cece were found and wanted to forward them. So there's some pictures here that Shanann had texted, and you'll have to come back and look at these. They're on page 524. So there's a picture here of like an open field and some trees in the back and a tornado kind of angled up and left in the sky and coming down to the ground. And then there's a second one which real dark clouds and looks to be the tornado like dispersed maybe, but very dark. Chris took these pics. These tornadoes were why he missed ultrasound. He was in field running from them. There's another picture of him driving from the car with a whole bunch of clouds and then some more with tornadoes out in the distance. And then on the next page, on August 20th, Addy texted me about an email she gained knowledge of that Chris Watts responded to on August 14th, 2018, which concerned her because he was missing his wife and children and talking with police on the matter when he responded. Chris received an email about fantasy football and was sure to respond that he was in during the time when his wife and children were missing. So here's next page is the email from Chris regarding Survivor League Week 1 picks. That was on August 14th at 6:13 p.m. Chris, I'm in. Sent from my iPhone. And this was from a Dana, so regarding, the Survivor League and so on. So she's right. It's extremely troublesome that on the day after his wife and kids are missing, he would respond that he's in on a fantasy football. Even if not that he doesn't have the time to respond, it took probably 2 seconds. It's just, if you think about yourself being in that position, you're not responding to stuff that is absolutely irrelevant. It's just not important. So attachments here. Screenshots of text between Addy and Shanann, text between Addy and Chris, screenshots of the pics from Chris to Shanann, and the email of Chris. Okay. So next, on page 529, we go into, it says initial response and interview with McKenna. So this is the babysitter. And this is from Kevin Kobach and backup Matthew Saylor. Those are the agents from CBI. Synopsis, initial response to missing persons in Frederick, Colorado, and initial interview with McKenna. And witness was Jennifer and McKenna. Jennifer is McKenna's mother. Action taken. On August 14, 2018, CBI agent Kevin Kobach responded to the FPD to assist with the missing person case. I was advised by CBI Assistant Deputy Director Dan Volz, Shanann and her two daughters, Belle and Celeste, went missing on Monday, August 13th from their home at 2825 Saratoga. A friend of Shanann stopped by the home on August 13th and could not locate Shanann or her children. The friend also knew that Shanann was approximately 15 weeks pregnant and had missed a medical appointment on August 13th at 10 a.m. Shanann's only vehicle, a white Lexus, was reportedly found inside the garage of her home. Shanann's husband, Chris, was contacted by the FPD to gain access to the home. Chris denied knowing where his family was and reported Shanann told him she was taking the kids and going to a friend's home. She did not name the friend where she may have gone. FPD requested the assistance of CBI to assist with the investigation. I arrived at the FPD and was further briefed on this case by FPD David Egan and FPD Dave Balmover. During the briefing, it was noted that Chris had reported he went to a Colorado Rockies baseball game on Saturday night. Chris reportedly hired a babysitter, McKenna, for his daughters that evening. McKenna is the 17-year-old daughter of Jeremy, who is a friend of Chris. The PD requested I contact and interview McKenna and Jeremy. On August 14th, I left a message from McKenna at approximately 16:22 hours. That's 4:22 p.m. A short time later, McKenna called me back and agreed to speak with me. As McKenna was 17 years old, I requested to speak with her father, Jeremy, and he also agreed to let me speak with McKenna. On August 14th, CBI agent Matt Saylor and I went to their residence in Erie. There, I spoke with McKenna. My interview with McKenna was audio recorded and is attached to the report. Due to an audio recording failure, approximately 5 minutes of the end of my interview with McKenna was not recorded. The remainder of the interview was recorded and should be referenced for an exact account of the interview. The following is a summary of my interview with McKenna. McKenna stated the following. Jeremy is my dad and is friends with Chris and Shanann Watts. All three previously worked at Longmont Ford. Chris was a mechanic, Jeremy worked in sales, and Shanann worked in sales. They all worked there between 2013 to 2014. Shanann is currently a promoter or advertiser for Thrive. Chris contacted Jeremy on Friday, August 10th, and asked if I would be available to babysit his daughters on Saturday evening. McKenna agreed to watch Belle and Celeste from 4:30 to 10 on Saturday, August 11th. McKenna had never babysat for the Watts prior to August 11th. McKenna recalled Chris was going out with friends and that is why he needed a babysitter. Jennifer drove McKenna to the Watts home on August 11th and dropped her off at 4:30. Chris, Bella, and Celeste were at the home when she arrived. Shanann was not home, and McKenna knew Shanann was in Arizona for business as she had seen a post by Shanann on Facebook. Chris met with McKenna, ordered a pizza from Papa John's, gave the girls their medicine, and gave her directions to put the girls to bed at 7. McKenna said Celeste has a severe tree nut allergy. Chris showed McKenna baby monitors that showed the girls' room so she could watch them after putting them to bed. McKenna said Chris then left. McKenna said Chris was wearing a white t-shirt and black jeans when he left the house. She was unsure if he was picked up or drove away from the home. While at home, Shanann texted McKenna to check on her daughters. McKenna recalled the girls were wearing quote-unquote nightgowns. She could not recall which one was wearing which, but stated one was wearing a gown with blue stars and hearts and the other a peach color with stars. McKenna said Shanann posted a picture of Celeste on her Facebook account that evening at approximately 10:30 p.m. Celeste was wearing a peach-colored top. McKenna showed me the posting, and I took a photo of what Shanann posted. And then on the next page, there's a beautiful picture Shanann posted of Celeste in this cute little t-shirt that is peach and blue with this huge smile on her face. And she looks like she's coloring, doing one of those activity books and kind of sitting upright in her little high chair at the counter. McKenna also said Shanann called her that evening at 7:50 to check on the children. Shanann also inquired with McKenna if she would be able to watch her children on Friday, August 17th, as she and Chris were going to take a trip to Aspen, Colorado. She showed me the call screen information. So there is a picture of McKenna's phone, a screenshot of Shanann's information. McKenna also provided information on social media accounts of Chris and Shanann. So it's just screenshots of Shanann and Chris. Really not much info there. Just has their usernames and such. McKenna recalled after Chris left, she saw his brown work truck parked on the street. She said the truck had mechanical stuff in the back. McKenna said Chris returned home at approximately 10:30 p.m. He apologized for being late and said he got stuck in traffic. Chris paid McKenna for babysitting, then she left his home. McKenna said her mother, Jennifer, was waiting outside of Chris's home from approximately 10 p.m. until Chris got home. Jennifer drove McKenna home. I asked McKenna if Chris drank alcohol. She said neither Chris nor Shanann drank alcohol. McKenna stated the following day, Sunday, August 12th, Chris, Celeste, and Bella came to her home for a birthday party for her younger brother. Celeste and Bella are friends of her younger brother. McKenna recalled Chris and his daughters left her home at about 3:30 p.m. McKenna said Shanann's phone number is, and then gives the phone number. She is friends with Shanann on Facebook and said Shanann is very active on social media. McKenna said Shanann also uses Instagram under the name Shanann Watts. McKenna did not know any other social media sites for Chris. McKenna said she was very concerned for Shanann and her daughters and explained that the children are on a very rigid routine. They regularly take medications and Shanann is very OCD, in quotes. McKenna said Shanann would not mess with the children's routine. McKenna said Bella and Celeste both attended the Primrose Academy in Erie. She recalled hearing something about the children not being dropped off at school. McKenna said she heard her dad, Jeremy, and Chris talking about the school after Shanann and the girls went missing. McKenna said that Shanann was planning a gender reveal party for her child this week. She did not know the exact date, but knew the party was to be at Chris and Shanann's home. While speaking about Shanann being pregnant, McKenna said that Chris had asked Shanann to have another child. McKenna recalled that both Bella and Celeste suffer from asthma and have been in and out of the hospital. After speaking with McKenna, I spoke with her mother, Jennifer, for a brief time. The conversation with Jennifer was not recorded. I asked Jennifer if she recalled what vehicle Chris was driving when he came home on Saturday night, August 11th. She said he was driving his white Lexus, and when he came home, he pulled the vehicle into his garage. She did not know if anyone else was in the vehicle. Jennifer said Shanann was very active on social media, specifically Facebook, and also used the Snapchat account Nay Watts, in quotes. Shanann's email is, and then it gives her email. I asked Jennifer who knew the Watts the best, and she recalled when the Watts moved to Colorado from North Carolina, they lived with Jean, Jeanne, prior to moving into their home. She did not have contact info or a last name for Jean, and was uncertain if the Watts were still friends with her. Jennifer provided no further information. After meeting with McKenna and her family, Agent Saylor and I returned to the Frederick PD. Nothing further. Investigation continues. And then attachments are something from McKenna, a text file or something. Okay, so we will end there, finishing on page 535. We have made it through the milestone of page 500. So we're getting there. I thank you for your patience. So as always, I thank you for listening. I thank you for being here. And next we will get into a second interview with the Mistress. So that'll be coming definitely soon. And with this weekend being a long weekend, I am hoping to be able to spend a bunch of time working on these. So hopefully get a number of them out. In loving memory of Shanann, Bella, Celeste, and Nico, and God, please bless the Rusek family. This is The Diplomat. I hope you have a great day.